Hello guys, welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Today we are going to be checking out Storm Laura off the sort of southern tip of Louisiana. This is a real storm, guys, and actually, to be fair, I want to just send my prayers and my thoughts to all the families that are being affected by this, because yeah, it's all very well doing it in a flight sim, but this is something that's happening in real life, so we mustn't forget about that. But getting back to the sim, I do love how this world map shows all of the cloud formations in real time. This isn't a painted image, guys. This is real life kind of formations of sort of data of cloud and weather, which is provided by Meteo Blue. And we're going to fly into this in the Citation CJ4. And look at that, as we get a bit closer, you can see how it's raging there. Pretty scary stuff. So if you're interested, keep your trays in the upright position. Keep your seatbelts fastened. We're going to take off from somewhere around here, let's say Ellington, because that seems like a good place, because it's kind of on the tip there and we can kind of fly into it and see what the transition's like. Right guys, I shall see you in a moment in the sim. Best put live weather on though, otherwise we won't see anything. And change the time of day. There we go. So, welcome aboard the CJ4, guys. This is an aircraft I haven't really shown on the channel that much because it's a bit bugged at the moment, to be honest. The autopilot system is a nightmare. So, hopefully the imminent patch, which will be released probably by the time of this recording actually, will sort some of those things out. Now, as I say, we're taken off from Ellington because you can just see it's at the edge of the sort of cloud layer here. So I thought it'd be interesting to see how the flight sim kind of handles such extreme weather and the transition from it, from the sort of clear blue skies that we have here. Now, in case you're wondering, guys, my view system, I've got everything pretty much mapped to my yoke now, so I can move around the cockpit left and right and forward and backwards using my right hat switch, and then my left hat switch I use for panning around. I also have views set up as well for the various sort of systems, which is very easy to do, and I'm going to do a bit of a tutorial on this actually. Also, it's the same for outside. I've got that on a rocker switch, and I can move around here like this, and then zoom in and out with my hat switch, and then back in the cockpit. It just sort of makes things very intuitive and easy, and you don't have to mess around with your keyboard. So you can see here, just by the behaviour of the cloud, that where there's spikes of turbulence and wind shear, the actual cloud is being affected by that. You can see here this huge layer here, and then this sort of dark layer. We're going to head right into the eye of the storm. In fact, what we need to do straight away is get our de-icing equipment all on, and we'll also put our ignitions on and our fuel pump, because that will limit the possibility of an engine failure. You can see the dark sort of where just no light can get into those clouds, because it's just a wall of ice and rain and wind, and we're heading straight into that. What a brute of a storm this. I mean, it just looks horrendous. I think it's category 4, I believe, at the moment. And I looked at Active Sky actually before setting up this flight, because I actually still use Active Sky, even though it's for X-Plane. It's useful as a sort of standalone program just to check the weather, and it was reporting well over 100-mile-an-hour winds. In fact, I think it topped out at 99 knots winds, because X-Plane can't cope with that. I think Microsoft Flight Sim can cope with 200-mile-an-hour winds. I'm not entirely sure, but this is why we're doing this. It's a good test. I cannot believe this. It's quite unsettling, to be honest, even doing it in a flight sim. So far we're not getting much wind. In fact, what we can do is we'll put the I think there is some sort of weather radar on here. There we go. So we can try using that as a bit of a gauge of where to go. Oh, apparently malware update is ready. Thank you for that. Oh my goodness me. Into the eye of the storm without a doubt here. Go away, Malwarebytes, I don't care. Right, let's go and turn right here. I think pink is worse than red, right? I think that's how it works. So we'll head into this bit here. I'm not entirely sure if that's even working correctly. I know in the TBM the weather radar works really well actually. But what we'll do is we'll kind of just in fact, well, yeah, we'll climb up to about sort of the surface ceiling of this aircraft. We'll push it to its limit, so we'll probably get up to about 40,000 feet or thereabouts, and then kind of view it from the top, and then we'll descend into it to see what sort of weather we get. Oh my god. That is terrifying. So I believe that's the eye of the storm here. And this is sort of the how it's swirling around. So what we might do in a second, we might actually whoops, kind of descend into it and see what happens. It looks like it's out to sea at the moment. I hope that's where it stays, quite honestly. We're now at 30,000 feet and we're still way in the cloud here. Unbelievable stuff here. Look at that. Whoa, that's insane. Oh god. Just not getting any sort of turbulence or anything. I'm not sure if that's what it'd be like in real life until you kind of hit that layer. I'm not quite sure. But yeah. Right now it looks amazing, but I'm not getting thrown around like I expected I would. Could be because I'm in the wrong place. Maybe I'm just too high, I don't know. Keep descending anyway. Okay guys, welcome back. Now that we've had a look at the storm from above, we are now entering it from below. And one thing's really impressive about this sim is that the fact that it's sort of simulating these localized areas of heavy precipitation out to sea, which is something we've never really had before either because of the lack of stations, obviously. But you can see here the weather radar is working nicely and getting some turbulence already. Look at those waves. In fact, actually not too bad at the moment. We're getting about 40 knots, which is, I mean, that's really bad. Oh, hang on. No, it's down to 3 knots again now. Okay. But, yeah, we're heading directly towards it now. It's looking very menacing, to say the least. Wow, look at that. It's completely at sea level by the looks of things. So we're not going to see much very, very soon. We are getting some bumps. But keep with me, guys, and we'll see what this is like. Keeping an eye out on the wind conditions, which is still only 3 knots. Okay, welcome back guys. Well, I'm a little bit miffed because, like, I can see the radar image there. We are in the right area. I've checked on various sort of radar images outside the sim, and we are in the correct area. But all we're getting is a bit of light rain every now and then, and winds of about sort of 3 knots, 4 knots. So Let me know, guys, if I'm doing something wrong, which is entirely possible. I know this sim can simulate really crazy conditions. I've been through them, and it's downright scary, but for whatever reason, this isn't being simulated correctly, or I'm not flying in the right place. But I mean, I've been flying now for about 2 hours trying to find this storm, and I think I'm struggling to find it because I'm actually in it, but I'm just not getting the correct winds. Let's just have a quick check to see if there's any ATIS we can tune into. These are all sort of like backcountry airfields. So I don't know, guys. Anyway, I think I might have to leave it there for this one and head back. But you say we get lots of rain, bit of turbulence, a bit of light chop, but that's about it. I'm expecting my wings to be ripped off, to be honest. So I'll sign off here. If anything else happens, then I'll add it in. But it's not looking like we're going to see this storm in its full ferocity like I was expecting. Take care, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye-bye for now.